So, guys, with this topic's basically about UFC 205 and the wreck that it is becoming. Just people are just the UFC is being very strange about this whole situation. Half the stuff that's been said and done, I can't even believe it. The Iaquinta situation, where he's basically said that it's not even worth it to fight. And he's pretty much right because he's like $26,000. I think that's to win. He has he has to win, and then he gets but he won't get a fight of the night bonus because he's pissed off the UFC or whatever. And we have the Tyron Woodley was apparently just having a war with Thompson's dad on Twitter. That's recent. Conor McGregor's camp said that they want to be on the card, but yet UFC thinks he's hurt. It's like, well, which is it? So he's definitely not fighting. Alvarez is off the card. He was supposed to fight Khabib, but he didn't sign the agreement on time because he wanted to fight Conor. So the UFC is basically like using some Gestapo tactics here. Not letting people fight who they want to fight now. They don't want people to seem to get too much strength in the organization like Conor does. I don't know. I see everybody shooting themselves in the foot at the UFC as of late. They're having Donald Cerrone was supposed to fight Robbie Lawler. That's off. Nobody cares about. I mean, Tim Boach. He's okay. He's entertaining, but let's be honest. I mean, the only fight anybody really cares about probably on this card is. It's hard to say. I guess in New York, maybe they care about the Frankie Edgar fight. Maybe they care about the Chris Weidman fight. I'm going by the state. I'm not going by pay-per-view. Pay-per-view, nobody on this card really makes a lot of money. There's no huge stars. There's no, GSP didn't come out of retirement to get on this card. Conor wanted to fight on this card, but is apparently not going to. And Chris Weidman versus Yoel Romero. It's interesting, I suppose. If Chris can get out of the first round, he'll probably win. I'm rooting for Steven Thompson because he wanted this fight really bad, and Tyrone wanted to fight GSP. So luckily Steven got the shot. Tim Kennedy and Rashad Evans, I'm not interested. Really don't care who wins. I hope actually Donald Cerrone loses to Kevin. Frankie Edgar versus Stevens is interesting. I'm sort of rooting for Jeremy Stevens as the underdog, but I'm sure Frankie will probably take it because Frankie usually beats everybody except for the champion. So Jim Miller replaced Iaquinta. So they're making chump change most likely to fight. So Liz Carmouche versus a complete nobody. No big deal. That's basically what's going on right now. There's a lot more interesting stuff to talk about this card, but it's just basically the UFC is just basically pissing everybody off. They're pissing Eddie off. They're pissing Khabib off. They're pissing Conor off. As of right now, the card sort of is like a disaster. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I'll probably update this in another week. Maybe less. We'll see what happens. Adios.